Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea. I hope you're all well. So many moons ago, actually it's a few years back now when I lived in my old house, I did an ultimate Fender Strat shootout. That included an American Standard, a Strat copy called Rita that I used to own, my custom shop 55 reissue, and my dad's 1979 American Fender Strat. Fast forward until August this year, my mum and dad came over from Spain, and my dad brought with him his 79 Strat because he doesn't use it anymore out there when he's gigging. It's too heavy for him, it's old, and he just doesn't want to keep it going in a place that gets so hot in the summer, and it's just generally the environment there is sort of taking its toll on the old chap. And he decided that it would be cool if I looked after it now. And of course, let's be fair, I'm not exactly going to turn that down to be able to have that in my collection now. So basically this video is a little bit of a celebration and another little tone dive into the sound of my Fender Strat collection that I seem to have now. So for me, I don't feel like I'm looking for another Fender Strat anymore, not just because of my dad's, but just before that with my 55 and my 64 reissues that basically do everything I need them to do in terms of a Fender Strat. The 55 with the massive neck on it, I tend to use that now more for things like with the Totemist and recording and writing more original material, which is like heavier stuff with Strats. I've put different pickups in it. I've got some prototype bare knuckle pickups in there. And then the 64 Journeyman Relic that I got a few years back, that I think is based on kind of John Mayer's Black One, does all the kind of feely, you know, bluesy kind of, all that kind of style that I like to play. And they both do those really well in their own rights. Of course, they can do their Strats, they can kind of do everything, but at the same time, I lean to each of those guitars for that style. Now that I've got my dad's, it's interesting to come back to it after so many years and work out, you know, where does it sit for me? I don't know what I'm going to use it for. So that's what I'm trying to find out in this video. So I've set up a rig that we can experiment with these three guitars, hear how they sound, and to be fair, if you've got any opinions and anything that you think you want to add to the pot of discussion on this subject, please feel free to put them in the comments section. In terms of the rig I'm using with these guitars, we'll run it into the pedal board, which has got the Revival drive, it's got the Volante from Strymon, it's got the Bender fuzz from JHS, and I've also got the Una and WAMP from 29 pedals running in the input and output stage of the pedal board. In terms of amplifiers, I'm using the Super Kraken from Victory, the VX100, and that's running gain 1 like high gain, so that'll be the amp for the high gain comparisons. Then I've got the Soldano SLO on a crunch, and then I've got the Friedman Twin Sister on a very mildly pushed clean. Basically, I've tried to set these three amps up in different amounts of gain that we can run the pedals into and just see how it sounds. But those are the amps for the video. In terms of load boxes, I'm running the same GGD oversized Cali Cabs preset, running with the Sir, the Aux, the Tube Amp Expander, and the Torpedo. And we're just going to check out the sound of these guitars. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is compare all three guitars in all of their pickup positions as fast as possible. We're just going to use the Twin Sister, one sound, one setting, I'm not going to touch anything else, and I'm going to go through each pickup position. We're going to do bridge, we'll do the 55, then we'll do the 64, and then we'll do the 79, and we'll go through like that, so it'll be like bridge on each, then position 2, so on and so forth. So, let's begin. Okay, so I'm glad we've got that out of the way. That's all pickup positions of each guitar back to back, just so we can hear the clear difference in pickup tones, guitar tones, and all the rest of it. And also, it's worth mentioning the different modifications now, because obviously my 55 reissue isn't stock anymore. I changed the pick guard, and it's got bare knuckle pickups in it that are a sort of custom wind that I'm working on with Tim at the minute. They're actually a lot lower output than the other ones that I can hear from the sound of things. They sound lower output in any case. The 64 reissue is completely stock as I bought it, and the 70s would have been all original bar the refret job it had a few years ago, but my dad's friend actually added the Dave Gilmour wiring mod to it, which I'm personally not a fan of. Basically, he's added a push to the tone pot, and as cool as it is, I just want to use it in its own standard sort of Strat functionality. What I want to do now is play, so we're going to go in order of gain. So Twin Sister low gain, SLO mid gain, Victory VX100 high gain. So we're going to go through, try out different tones and see where we get. So I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Okay, so that was the twin sister tones. I was getting a bit carried away in the end there, but there's, you know, you can clearly hear the difference between all three. Anyway, let's move on to the SLO now. So this is the SLO, and we'll start with this guitar and then move across, as I said before. VX100, this is the highest gain of the amps that I've chosen, so... Okay, well that kind of wraps up this video. It was a quick sort of tone test since I'd got this guitar and I've restrung everything, and I was like, you know what, I may as well film my curiosity, because that's essentially what I was going to do without filming it, and I thought I'll make this video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It was fairly obvious like how different they all sounded. I thought, like, I was expecting the 70s to be way brighter, and it is. It's almost like intensely brighter than the other guitars. I don't know if that's something to do with how heavy and thick and dense the wood of the body is, or if it's the, you know, different pickups from a different era. Something else that's interesting is that the pole pieces aren't staggered on the 70s, whereas they are on the other two. My 50s reissue, the pickups in there, having listened to them and now used them alongside the others, I feel like, you know, either I need to raise them a little bit or they just need a little bit more of a push. But it's cool to hear that. Overall, that guitar is probably my favorite in terms of how vocal it sounds. Feels like it's very... The 55, the Sunburst, feels very true sounding almost, like very uncolored. The 70s sounds the most colored, and the 64 is somewhere in the middle of the two. It's like a bit brighter than the 50s, but like not as shrill as the 70s, whereas the 70s is really good for the funk thing, and with the fuzz on, it was great. I don't know. They all excel in different areas. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. But I hope you enjoyed watching this video and the tones that I demonstrated throughout. In any case, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and share. I've been Rabea, and I'll see you all very soon.